Hello, TTRPG enthusiasts. I'm here today to talk about the Fablemakers deck of many things. Art by, scoop it up there, Yoshitani. It's an oracle for risk and reward. Now, I have to say I'm a little teeny bit overwhelmed about how to talk about this because there's a lot going on here, and I already made a hash of it in an introductory hot takes video where I didn't realize that some of the cards were in black and white. Slight oversight there. So let's just start with, you can see that video and watch me laugh at myself. Link at the end and in the description below. All right, so this just comes in a regular old two-piece box. And look at how gorgeous. Because I backed this on Kickstarter, I got a little autograph, and I ordered a pin, a rogue. Never played a rogue. All right, you get a really big book with a lot of information, and this is why I'm like, I don't know if I can really do a great video on this, because there's just so much. There is so much going on. It's from Hit Point Press. And Hit Point Press tends to, keep things in stock, in and out. So even though I got this Kickstarter and I just got it this week, I suspect that you will be able to get it. I'm just not sure what I have no idea what the pricing will be because, like I said, I did the Kickstarter. So we're going to start out with the thing that I did not realize in the hot take video I did, which is rather embarrassing. So this is a deck of, what do they call it, Risk, an oracle for risk and reward. And it's intended for GMs, but I also believe that this will be very useful if you do solo RPGs. You'll have to make adaptations if you're not running a 5e system, which I usually don't do when I'm playing solo. It's not my favorite system. But I think you can make adaptations, which you'll see as we get into this. So first, let's just look at how gorgeous this is. So you don't have to do reversals to get your risk and reward. You've got two. So I suppose, depending on how you wanted to use it, you could use it as two decks. You could shuffle them together, and it would be, sorry, I'm making the camera shake. Shuffle them together, and then it would be a little bit of a random thing, what was going to happen. But let's just look at them and see what the subjects are. So we have balance, comet. I hope you're appreciating how gorgeous the art is and how different things get brought out in the black and white, right? So you could see this, but you can't see it here. So it really looks more like a risk and a reward, right? Death. Donjon. I hope I'm saying that right. Urail, I guess. There's going to be a steep learning curve here for me, or a slow one, depending on how I do it. Fates, okay, I get that. Flames. Oh, you know what? I'm playing a Strixhaven campaign right now, and we're at the end. We're doing our final boss battle, and I'm a druid, so I'm currently in a snake form. I should take this with me as inspiration. Okay, Fool. I digress. This is interesting. It's a little bit... Okay, there's some gender stuff going in there. You could scratch your head on that a little bit. Gem. Idiot. Moon. So we definitely have some tarot references in here. Knight and sidebar. So this is how I learned of this artist and why I was so excited to get this deck, because I've had this tarot deck for a couple of years and I really enjoy it very much. Okay, Knights. Key. Jester. The Rogue. There's my pin. Nobody gets that pin. There will be no trading for my rogue pin. Ruin. So this is like a tower card in tarot, right? Skull. Star, also a tarot card. Sun, also a tarot card. Talons. Throne. Vizier. Okay, so this is a little bit of an emperor and a high priestess in the tarot. And we're down to our last one, Void. All right, so that's it in alphabetical order. And here is the incredibly beautiful backs. Now, let's go off to the side a little bit and talk about how this is also used. You can also use this as a divination deck. So if we go through here, where does she have it? Maybe it's at the end. She has some information in here. I'm saying she. Did she write everything? Uh-oh. Imperfection. All right, this came. All right, it's coming off all right. You can see this really is brand new to me. Okay, phew. I was a little worried about that. Right, so you can use this a little bit for divination. I thought she had some spreads in here. Was I wrong about that? This is brand new. Really, really, really brand new. This one, you know, I keep saying, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this justice. I thought she had spreads. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, here we go. How to use the deck for oracle readings. All right, so she's got some, that glue stuff is sticking in my finger. Yeah, so she's got some techniques that you can use. Seeds of Change are questions that explore the themes of the cards in more detail. The overworld cards come with seeds to address immediate and pressing issues. And the underworld Seeds of Change pose questions to help you look beneath the surface with a new perspective. When you draw a card, you can choose the Seeds of Change question that most resonates with you in the context of the problem you are trying to solve. You can also go through them one by one and consider them in turn, or you can roll a die to determine which one most needs your attention. Well, that's interesting. So you need a D20 to do this. The art is as important as the guiding questions. Remember to draw inspiration. Okay, right. So you should always use your intuition, right? Always, always use your intuition about why you got the card and what it means. All right, so that's how you use it for divination, oracle. All right, so now let's look at this section here, how to use the deck as a 5e magic item. So they're comparing it to using it instead of the deck of many things. So let's see. Usually found in a box or pouch. All right. How many cards do we have? There's a question. Using other decks with this guidebook. Okay, stay on track here. So let's stay on track. Okay, so here's your Otherworld and Underworld card effects if you're using this in an RPG, specifically 5e. But let's see how this is written, because I do believe that you could apply this to other systems. So for example, right now I'm kind of in love with Shadow Dark, and in general, I usually, if you give me a choice, I'll play a system that's powered by the Apocalypse. I'm pretty pumped up about, what's Critical Role's thing? Daggerheart? Yeah. So, you know, I think you could probably use this. We will just see. All right, so let's just, you know what? Let's just grab one. Overworld and Underworld card effects. Let's get crazy. We wanted to see how this was going to shuffle anyway. So we don't need, yep, this way. We don't need reversals. So I'm going to shuffle it this way. Let's see how she shuffles. Oh, it's stiff. And yeah, this is going to break in nicely. So gamers who collect cards are probably like just like cringing and starting to cry to see how I handle decks. But y'all, this is how tarot cards do it. This is how tarot readers do it. Card slingers, we ain't scared to rough up our cards. Got a nice beat-in deck. It's a mark of pride. That means you're using that deck. It's starting to bow though, so maybe do the corner instead. All right, that's nice. Let's see how it overhands. And you wouldn't want to do a wash on the table because then you'll get reversals. All right, let's pull a card at random. This is my method. I don't fan. I do 3 piles. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they came out nice and uneven. And then I pick one. If I'm feeling, you know, crazy, I'll throw charms or use a pendulum. But we're just doing stuff. Ooh, we got underworld. We got flames. We got my snake. My snake. My sneaky, sneaky snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a sneaky, sneaky snake. And if you know what that is, you watch YouTube videos. Yeah, you know, if you knew what that was, pop it below. Like, you know, let me know. Say, sneaky, sneaky snake. Flames. Is this not straight up? There we go. Okay, flames. Theme is unfairness. So let's see. How should we do this? Let's use it like we're using it in a game first. Okay, so then we're going to look up here. We're using it in a game. If I pulled this, first of all, I got something from the underworld. Here we go. Underworld. A powerful celestial becomes my enemy. The celestial is power hungry and vain and considers itself a god in its own right. The celestial torments me to prove its divinity, toying with your fate until it tires of you and destroys you. Yikes. This enmity lasts until either you or the celestial dies, or you can convince them to stop. Wow. Okay, so if I pulled that in a solo game, then I would immediately have a side quest on my hands. Although if I had pulled it at the beginning, it would actually be what I was doing with my game in that session. If a player pulled it, let's say I'm a GM, what is this called? Yeah. If I'm a GM and one of my players pulled it, then I would be inclined to say it's now a backstory item and that I could use it as I wished in the sessions or to make a side quest for the party. But it would be inappropriate, I think, to make that suddenly the main quest for the party. So it would be a problem. This would be a problem that I, as the GM, would get to use in dealing with that particular player. They would now have a little enemy chasing them around. It's a snake, he's a snake, he's a sneaky, sneaky snake. Okay, that's kind of fun. All right, let's see if we had that as a divination pull. And what is this? Okay, come back to it later. I'll come back to it later. So we're going to use that D20 the way I suggested. Okay, at the underworld, keywords: defiance, hope, inheritance, restitution, retreat. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to roll a D20. Whoa, right out of the box. 17. So let's see. I think that's going to be a 5, but let's just double check. Let's double check. Yeah, that's a 5. Okay. How can you kindle hope in yourself and others? So that would be pulling it as a divination. That would be a question I would want to answer. I'm not sure what her recommendation is, but I would be inclined to pull tarot cards to answer that question. So let's just see. Card theme. So the theme is flame, unfairness. All right, so how to, hope in self and others. Well, that's timely. Okay, this is November the 26th, 2024. All right, pairing the cards. This technique pairs overworld cards with the corresponding. Separate and shuffle. Okay, so that's not what I did. I just pulled. Allows you to mix and match the two halves. That's what I did. Shuffle and compose my question. I didn't ask a question, did I? Draw one card from the overworld and one from the underworld. Oh, okay. Or 3, selecting a card. No, this is what I did. No, I didn't. I just made up my own thing there, y'all. I did not follow the instructions. All right, let's do one where we follow the instructions. Pairing the cards. The technique pairs the overworld cards with the corresponding. Separate and shuffle. Oh, they're all together, though. Mix and match. Shuffle the... You know what? You can freeze the frame and read this if you want to see it while I go over it. Dividing the cards. Selecting a card. Okay, we're going to do dividing the cards. So, yep. We'll do this. I can do this fast, I think. So, we're going to separate them back out. Well, that wasn't a complete waste of time because you got to see that they handle well. They're pretty thick, by the way, these cards. Not a lot of bounce. Okay, so this time we're gonna follow the instructions. Gosh darn it. All right, dividing the cards. The technique allows you to mix and match the two halves to find 2 different aspects of your life to contemplate. Shuffle the overworld and underworld cards separately, compose your question, draw one card from the overworld and one from the underworld. Each card presents a different solution or perspective that can be read separately or together. For example, you might ask, what's the best way for me to help my friend who is struggling? If you were to draw the overworld knight and the underworld vizier and read them separately, the knight might suggest your friend needs to actively support them, while the vizier indicates that your friend needs advice. Read together, these cards could suggest your friends need you to support a decision they have reached on their own. Okay, that's a typo. All right, let's try it. And our question, we'll do a question for the collective. It is 2 days before Thanksgiving in 2024, and no matter who you voted for, you are probably not looking forward to the get-togethers that are about to start happening. How are you going to handle those conversations? How are you going to handle the very real differences that are going on right now? This is in the U.S., obviously. Okay. I'm just going to do this, which is, sometimes I do this, like if I'm traveling, I don't have a table, I'll just pull like this. So yep, how are we going to handle those family get-togethers? Oh, we got a knight. Okay, how to handle the family get-togethers. There's going to be conflicts. We know there's going to be conflicts. All right, so now we're going to look at our 2 cards, right? The themes. We're using her book a lot, although I got a hit there, so... Moon, escapism, and the knight is support. Yeah, so when I first saw this, I was like, let's have clear boundaries and just keep our thoughts to ourselves. That was my immediate hit on those 2 cards. Okay, but let's see this. Let's go ahead and choose the Seeds of Change question. Let's do this to see what else we get besides my hot take on that. Keep it quiet. Keep it to yourself. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? Duh. Which card am I rolling for? Okay, I'm rolling for the moon first. Let's get that. Okay. 11, so that is going to be seed 3. So that's going to give me a little bit of a clue as to the meaning of this card, the moon. Let's see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Do y'all still do that? I still do that. Hit the like button if you still sing to yourself. Escapism. And we got, oh, I've forgotten because I was singing. 11, seed 3. All right. Underworld, seed 3. Are there any fictional characters you admire? How can you emulate their positive traits? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so, you know, the moon is turning inward and stuff. So there's a thought, like, is there a character that you might like to emulate while you're sitting there at Thanksgiving table and somebody says something that makes you want to grind your teeth? Yeah, who would I want to emulate in that situation? Personally, if I could like channel some Tara Brach, that would probably be pretty good. If you don't know who she is, check her out. Yeah, just stay grounded and be kind. Yep. Okay, I think that's a thought for me. Can I imagine myself, like, what would Tara Brach do? That would be good. All right, now so we're going to roll for the night. We'll see what that is. And we got a 14, so 14 is going to be seed 4 on the night. I will not sing the ABC song again because I lost my place last time. Okay, this is the overworld. What do we say? 4? Yeah, 4. I remembered that right. Just double checking. Have you lost touch with someone in your life? Oh, fabulous. That's a fabulous thing. So this is calling you, have you lost touch with somebody? There's going to be some people at the table that you've lost touch with them, or you're not as close as you used to be or something. And I'm using table metaphorically. We're just going to see people that we don't always see, and we're going to be expected to behave ourselves. So how can you connect with that person? So for me, think of Tara Brach as a very sort of compassionate, peaceful Buddhist person. How can I have this kind of energy to connect with someone that I've kind of lost touch with? And in my own mind, I'm thinking of somebody that in my extended family, we disagree about some stuff, not politics, just other stuff, and she seems to be kind of holding a grudge against me for that. And, you know, can I just try to find some neutral way to connect with her? That would be a worthwhile challenge to take, a little side quest for me. All right, so that's how you'd use it for divination. Let's close with another RPG thing. Let's do one more RPG thing. And they're saying, did she say you could select one intentionally? How to use the deck as a mind? Okay. Fun interactive tool. They can draw, but what about me as the GM? Or the GM can draw for them if I'm playing online. Overworld effects, the card, the details in the booklet are standard effects of the deck of many things. However, Fablemakers' deck of many things offers another way to play, bringing more risk and potentially more rewards than ever. Underworld effects are an alternate version of the deck of many things. There are several ways to include these new effects in your game. You can choose only the underworld effects of the cards, or you can flip a coin. There we go. Let's flip a coin. Of course, I've got coins right here. I have this really fun one from a tarot deck. To determine whether the effect of a drawn card is the standard overworld effect or the new underworld effect. You can also shuffle both halves together and let the luck of the draw determine the effect by applying the effect matching the card drawn. For even more customization, you can select the cards you want from the overworld and underworld and combine them in your own unique deck of many things. All right, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the whole thing. All right, let's do this. Let's say we want to use the colored ones because we're just colorful. Let's say we're playing online and I think, oh, people are going to be able to see these cards more easily when I hold them up to the camera. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use my coin to select it. Let's come up with a fictional story. I have a player who's a rogue. They're going to get something from the deck of many things. And what has happened? Where are we? They've just taken a short rest, so they are somewhat depleted, but not completely depleted. We just had some combat, and we're sort of taking stock of where we are. We're still, let's say we're halfway through our, whatever our goal is, our mission or something. All right, and I'm going to draw for them. So I'm going to pull this one. Ooh, the Fool. All right, now we're going to see if it is overworld or underworld. And it's overworld. So let's see now. Overworld for the Fool. Let's see what's going to happen to our rogue. Hello? Too fast? Too soon? Okay, overworld. You lose 10,000 XP. Wow. Wouch. Now, yeah. Okay, so if you're playing without XP, you're going to have to find another way to make that hurt. So you lose it. You're going to discard the card and draw from the deck again, counting both draws as one of your declared draws. If losing that much XP would cause you to lose a level, you instead, well, here we go, you lose an amount that leaves you with just enough XP to keep your level, found only in decks of 22 cards or 44 cards. Yeah, that's going to be hard to translate if you're not playing with XP. And frankly, most of the games I played in weren't with XP. So I'm not sure. If you've got a good idea how you would translate it, please pop it in the video or comment section. Give us an idea. All right, so we discarded it. We're going to pull something else. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could like lose an inspiration point if you had one, or maybe lose a spell slot. I don't know. There's something you could do with that. Don John. And let's see if this is going to be upright or reversed. She upright. And let's see what's going to happen now for this poor person that took a big hit. Overworld. You disappear. Okay, suddenly they're not with their party and become entombed in a state of suspended animation in an extra-dimensional sphere. Oh, man. I hope they've got some powerful party members. Everything you were wearing and carrying stays behind. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. So you're naked in the space you occupied when you disappeared. All right, well, at least your party knows something. You've been zooped. You remain imprisoned until you are found and removed from the sphere. You can't be located by any divination magic, but a wish spell can reveal the location of your prison. You draw no more cards, found only in decks. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. That's really intense. Okay, I'm starting to understand the illustration here. That's a lot. All right, so if you are solo role-playing, that's pretty funny, and you're going to have some ideas of how to get yourself out of there right away because you got to read this. I guess if you're the GM, I suppose it would be up to you if you wanted to reveal to the rest of the party about a wish spell. I think you probably, that would be kind. Yeah. Wow. No, that's a zinger if you pulled those two. All right. I'm looking forward to giving this a whirl and trying it. If you have the deck and you've tried it, let me know. Join the conversation. If you think you're going to get it, it's at hit point. And thanks for watching. Hit this on the way out if you would be so kind. Go out there and have an adventure. Bye.